Hey teachers, I'm here to talk to you about our Summer Discipleship Bible Study program in just a little bit more detail. So it's going to be for the months of June and July. This is just 8 weeks. We're going to be going through the book of Philippians, and we're going to take it section by section. This first week, we're going to be looking at Philippians chapter 1, verse 1 through 20. You will have a worship guide that's attached to your email, and what this will be is this kind of set up almost a little bit like your Sunday school material. You'll have each section. This week we will have 3 sections. At the end of each section, you will see a highlighted section that says, right here, discussion questions after each section. That is where you come in as Sunday school teachers. We'll meet in the sanctuary at 9:30. We'll worship together. We'll go through Philippians chapter 1, verse 1 through 20. And then when you go to Sunday school class, you will lead discussion over those discussion questions for each section. Like I said, this week we'll have 3 sections. So you have 3 sections of discussion questions. And you can see that there on your form. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be leading those in a time. Now, the reason we're kind of doing this, again, summer, we're all studying the same lesson together. We're coming through, we're discussing. The idea is that you're sharing with each other what God is doing in your life, what God is revealing to you through His Word. Each of the members of your class got this in the email form as well, or mail to them, and they can read through that and they can begin to look at that before Sunday. You can begin preparing your heart for what God wants to speak to you. But teachers, you'll be facilitating question time and reflection time in your group where y'all can share with one another and get to know each other hopefully a little bit better. Since we've been apart for so long, we haven't been in small group together in Sunday school for over 8 weeks. And so this will be a time for y'all to talk together and share together during that time. Sunday school, again, will be from 10:30 to 11:15. So adult classes at 11:15, you got to end so you can go pick up your children from their Sunday school classes as well. Another way to think about this is think about it as a joint Sunday school class. All the youth to adults are all going to be studying the same lesson together, and then we're going to break up into discussion groups. And those discussion groups are just going to be like our Sunday school class. We'll go to our Sunday school class and discuss. Or think of it like a video study. How many of y'all remember doing those video studies where you'll sit and you'll watch the video, and then afterwards you'll discuss. You have questions that you go through and you think about and you talk amongst yourselves. That's kind of what this is going to be like, except we're not going to be watching a video. You're going to be watching a live message, and then you're going to break up into your groups and have discussion. And that's how that's going to work for Sunday school. And again, this is for June and July. This isn't how we're doing Sunday school from this point forward for our existence. It is for June and July. And I'm just asking you to do this with us so that we can be all doing the same thing together as adults in our church, where we're walking together. That way, if you see other people from the other classes, you can talk to them about what we're talking about and ask them some of the questions that we were talking about in class. But hey, how did y'all? We really got stuck on this question. How did y'all share in that? And this question really drew out some stuff for us. So again, I am just praying that God will just touch our hearts, and He will bind us together, that He will move in our midst this summer as we study the Bible together. We study the book of Philippians. Also, each week, beginning this Sunday, when you come to your Sunday school class, you'll already have lesson 1, but in your Sunday school class will be next week's lesson, just like this, laid out with the discussion questions in your Sunday school class, so you can pass those out and people can take those home and be looking at them over the week leading up to worship and study next Sunday. And so you will have a week in advance. Each week you'll be able to give your people the lesson for the next week so they can look over it, pray, start looking at the questions, start thinking, reflecting, and then we'll come do the lesson together at worship at 9:30 and then break off into our discussion groups. So again, teachers, what you're doing is you're facilitating a Bible study through discussion questions. You're a discussion group leader. And again, that is temporary for this summer. Again, I want to thank y'all so much for just being willing to step out, maybe do something a little different, just as a way to grow our church together. And again, as we do this over a couple weeks, share with me how things are going, if it's going well, if it's not going well, how the questions are doing, or if the study is clear, or things like that, or if your class is loving it, or if your class is struggling through it, all those things. Feel free to come talk to me about any of your concerns or any questions you have about those things. I'd love to talk with you, and maybe we need to revamp or manipulate this or change it up a little bit as we go along, and we'll just have to see. But again, I look forward to worshiping with you this Sunday at 9:30 in the worship service in the sanctuary. Have a great evening.